It's been a while. I look a little different. Guys, my name is Emily, and fun fact, I have only worked in the food industry. I have worked at 2 different cafes and 1 restaurant, and today I wanted to make a list of my personal pet peeves as a waitress, and hopefully what not to do if you go to literally any restaurant or cafe ever. And while I do that, I will be drinking this passion fruit vodka cranberry. Holy shit, I made that way too strong. We'll deal with it. So hopefully this video will get a lot more rambly the more pissed I get. Firstly, my #1 pet peeve ever. I have had this issue everywhere that I have worked and it always confuses me. People who leave their water glasses completely full, especially if it's everyone on a giant table. Do you know how waitresses clean up a table, especially glasses? We stack them up so we can bring them to the counter without having to make a bajillion trips. You can't stack them if your water glasses are full. What confuses me more than this is when people leave like their coffee glasses full or like their cocktail glasses full. Water I can understand a little bit, but you paid for that drink. #2, people who decide to sit on the outside part of a restaurant or cafe on a really cold day. People who sit outside already annoy me a little bit because at most of the places that I've worked, we have had to keep the door closed at all times to try to carry like 3 coffees and to open the door at the same time. On that note, the other people who annoy me are the ones who see me struggling to open the door and don't get up and help me try to open the door. I get that it's like a nice gesture to do that and you shouldn't be obliged to do it. But yes, you should. To carry off of the people who do not finish their glasses of water, people who leave all of their food on their plate. And you paid for that. It just makes a giant mess when we're trying to clean it up. Like, everything about it is just infuriating. There's a bunch of weird things that people leave on their table. I have gotten entire empty packets of Panadol that I know were full last time I walked past that table. Dirty band-aids? Baby wipes especially freak me out. I get you're using them to clean up your kid, but if your kid has had a fucking chocolate milkshake and you've wiped that off their face with a baby wipe and then left it on the plate, it looks like shit. Please do not come up and ask me where your food is. Does it look like I can cook? This especially pissed me off at my old job. It was a Malaysian restaurant and none of the kitchen staff spoke English. That's how you know it's fucking good food, by the way. So many customers will come up and be like, hey, can you ask them to hurry up with that food because it's been taking forever? And it's like, no, I literally can't. If we tell you that we can't do split payment, don't throw a hissy fit about it. You know what a banking app is. You can transfer money so easily in between people. Ask for your bill and sort it out yourself. There's issues with double receipts. There's just issues with our system cannot process them. Some FPOS cannot process them. If you come in half an hour before we close, do not complain about me rushing you. Yes, we are rushing you because some of us have been in here for the last 10 hours and we want to go home. When I walk up to your table, do not just start barking your order at me before I've even pulled out my notepad. We'll ask you to repeat yourself and you will get mad about it. You know, I thought about this video idea at like 3 a.m. this morning, and I thought of like 20 things and now I've forgotten them all. Do not ask me pointless questions about the food and then complain when I have to go back to the kitchen to ask those questions for you. Do not complain about our shit tasting like it's bought from Coles, because it probably is. You're paying for the fact that we have to make it for you, serve you, clean up your table after. If your kid has thrown food all over the table and all over the floor, do not just get up and say sorry about the mess. We still have to clean it up. Do not grab my titty while I am working. This goes out to you, Bernie. If you're gonna complain about your coffee being cold before you leave, at least be smart about it. Because I'm gonna pick up the cup after you leave and feel that it's still warm. If you bring your dog to sit on the outside part of our cafe and you do not let me give it a treat or a pat, I despise you. You sit on the outside part, which is completely out of view from our window, Do not complain about you not getting table service. We literally cannot see you. I know you saw me inside serving tables like 10 minutes ago, but do not come up and ask me on my break if I can get you your coffee. Also, when I come back in, do not comment on what I did during my break. It makes me so uncomfortable to think that you were just staring at me. People are extremely picky about their coffee in the morning and their breakfast, but especially their coffee. If you're gonna be picky, just don't be stupid. If you order a latte with extra foam and chocolate powder, don't complain when I ask if you just want a cappuccino. Cause that's a cappuccino. Also, if you ever complain that there is not enough chocolate powder on your fucking cappuccino, I don't like you. Do not stand in front of the spot where we put dishes. And don't continue standing there when you look at us holding a pile of dishes. If you work as kitchen staff at a restaurant, do not continuously hit the bell when food is ready. Especially if it's clearly rush hour, like you also have the dockets. You know it's busy. Who do you think you're cooking the 10 different meals for? I am such a fucking lightweight. Jesus Christ. Please try not to be too picky with your food. We do have a pretty big menu. If you have dietary requirements, that's a different conversation. You're being picky just for the sake of being picky. You're not gonna take money off of the meal just because you don't want your feta cheese with your big breakfast. I do not have the power to do that. If you get an egg and bacon toasty in general, I question your sanity. Oh, to add on to the whole please do not complain to me that your food is taking too long, even if you are going to, look around you first. If you are the only table in the cafe or it's just you and a few other tables, that's understandable, but if you can see that the entire place is packed, hold down for a minute. If you always want a specific table in the restaurant and you complain when you don't get that table, I hate you. This isn't your dining room table, this is a restaurant. You're not gonna get to sit where you want to all the time. Do not tell me you must be new here. Way to make me feel like I'm doing a shitty job. I would get this at my old job all the goddamn time. I worked there for about a year, and towards the end of my time there, like after I had put in my resignation letter, I would still get people being like, oh, you don't know my order, you must be new here. Do not hit on me. This goes to you, buddy. Do not complain about me taking too long to clean the bathroom. That's why we have another one. If your kids are shitheads, move the sugar jar away from them. I have had to tip out so many sugar jars because we have caught kids licking their finger and sticking it in there. Please, do not film your piss porn in our bathrooms. That's about it, guys. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I've been filming for about half an hour, but majority of it has just been me staring at myself because even after only this, I am off my fucking head. I hope you took this as a what not to do list, and I hope my boss doesn't see this and fire me. Bye, guys.